right, everybody. Welcome to another horror talk. Today, we're going to be talking about the movie Evilspeak.
Nice.
Okay. Evilspeak is basically, it's basically a movie that came out in 1981. So it is an older movie. And it is a movie that you really can't find anymore on like regular streaming services. But at least it is on YouTube. You can watch for free.
Yeah.
It's a little choppy sometimes, but I think if you're gonna watch it on YouTube, it's kind of better to watch it like on a smaller screen than like a big screen, because it's not super high quality because it's on TV.
Yeah.
And it's a hard movie to even try to find. Looks like a good. It's a hard movie to kind of find, even if you want to like buy it on DVD. There's some movies that just don't really. Well, DVDs are dying out. I mean, they're almost gone. So to find old movies, it's almost impossible. Like Trick or Treat, I had to get this from Germany. So and in Germany, they don't call it Trick or Treat; they call it Ragman. And when you put this disc on, it actually comes in German talk and German words, where I gotta like try to pretend I know where next is and change change it where it's English. So
that sucks, man. You had to go Nazi on it, so shit.
Yeah, only you do.
The Nazi.
You know,
fuck
Evil
the Nazi.
Dead is really who's ever here. We've got 10 people watching. That's fantastic so far. That's good.
Yeah.
If you go into Evilspeak, right? Watch it in two different ways. It's kind of weird. It is. You take this movie in two different perspectives. Okay. You can watch it one way. Watch it like this is the beginning of a Matrix kind of a movie, or artificial intelligence. Okay. Or you could watch it through another way, kind of. It's a lot like Trick or Treat in a lot of ways, where it's about a kid who gets picked on. Okay.
Yeah. It reminds me of Eric.
By assholes. He gets picked on. You know.
Reminds me of you.
It reminds me of who?
Of you.
Fuck you. Well, people do get picked on. I don't know if you guys noticed the title. I actually didn't put the word horror talk in this title because you only get a certain amount of words, right? So I call the Evilspeak the real Matrix movie and how it's related to the Republicans and Democrats party, because this movie is related to the party systems in the world. Because when you look at this movie, right, it's just not about a kid getting picked on. Okay, you got this high-end school, military school. You can even call it a prep school. Very rich, very high end. Okay. Now the school has a program where it'll pick a kid, like a poor kid. I guess you could say poor kid, or he's living in the system where he doesn't have parents, And this kid in this movie, he actually has a high IQ, because they mentioned in the movie they got a kid that has a high IQ. So what does that mean? A kid that has a high IQ has a lot to give in the world, but instead of the school and its students embracing this kid that has a gift, he has a high IQ, they criticize him. They don't help him, like on a soccer field when not everybody's a great sports player, but they don't help. They don't discourage. And you have a coach who's basically a Donald Trump. There's your Republican connection. He's a Donald Trump because I don't know if you remember in the movie, Bob, where they did a beauty pageant.
Yeah, they did a beauty pageant.
Yeah, all these horny rich kids. You do a beauty pageant, and this Donald Trump type coach didn't like this kid either. So he tells one of his students to, if somehow he doesn't make it. You know what I mean? That's total. The whole concept of this movie, you could say that's related to nowadays. It is related to nowadays because the rich thinks they're powerful. The rich thinks they can do whatever they want, and they pick on all kids. When a kid is not rich, is poor, but he has a good IQ.
Yeah.
They treat you like shit. And what's weird is, and I'm not blasting Bob, anybody who believes in the religion world.
Yeah.
But in this movie, it represents even the people who are supposed to be under the cloth, who is under God, treats him like crap. Sends him to a dungeon to clean the dungeon out. They don't do that to none of the rich people. And it showed like Bob, it showed one of the rich kids, one of the main characters of the evil kid, mom, walking down a stairway with the high-end military guy, he's kissing her ass, they're kissing his ass, all for money. I mean, the whole movie really represents what goes on now.
Yeah, it was 100%. You nailed it, man. It was what it's 1981. Now I'm watching it with British people. Some of them were private school people, and they're like, "What is that?" I go, "Oh, that's a beauty contest." They're like, "What's a beauty contest? Wait, what? In America?" I go, "Yeah, that's an all boys school, and they've got a beauty contest for." I gotta do a
shout out. I gotta do a shout out to my good friend that I grew up with during school, Jose Gomez. We used to call him Meathead.
Oh, is that Meathead?
Fantastic guy. He's like us. He joined the military. He has a good family. This is kind of a man that I enjoy life. This is kind of a man that
I don't think he likes that name. I don't think he don't want that name anymore. You know, wouldn't be calling him Meathead.
We don't call him Meathead no more. But
it's me. No, I don't think he's earned his name now. He's been in the military. He's earned his name.
He earned his name. So, what new nickname you have, Jose? Let us know.
What's your Delta Chi name?
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
Delta Chi name. Anyway, I was explaining to him, that's a beauty contest. I go, it's the 80s. It's okay. Well, that's just unacceptable to have a bunch of teenage girls dancing around for a bunch of teenage boys in bikinis. He's like, oh, well, that's a all-boy prep school, military school. I go, they bring him in everything. Yeah. They can break all the fucking rules. They don't give a shit because, again, one of them was the governor's son, all the aristocrats. These were yuppie larvae, and then of course the main protagonist. He's just his parents died. He's a welfare case. They put him into the school.
He has high IQ. He has something to give.
Yeah, they pick on him the whole fucking movie. It's a steady picking on him. All the staff, everybody picks on him, with the exception of the chef. The chef actually cooks a mistake and then gives him a dog and everything. Not to throw everything away.
But that's the kicker. The chef himself is not a rich guy. It's like you almost have to stick together with your own kind. I mean, that's how they treat it. I mean, that's how Republicans, Democrat parties. What I'm saying, how it's like their parties. If you're not belonging in a party, you're out. You're shit. They treat you like crap. It's a bunch of rich people, rich kids, governors, senators. They're the special ones, and these poor ass workers. And the sad is these generals. They're not like. They all pretend like, even though they're not the millionaires, they're not the billionaires, but since they work in this high-end school, they act like they are, and they treat people like shit.
Yeah, I like the one. He had one best friend. And he was black, and so they even picked on him.
Yes,
I'm like, this is
everything. You know what? I saw that too. I'm like, he is actually the only black kid in this movie, and they kind of pick on him because the black kid was sticking up for him.
Yeah, it's like, hey, leave him alone, man. Leave him alone. He's a nerdy kid. He's doing the best he can, but he's getting picked on because every time he gets up in the morning, his uniform will be tied in knots, so he's late to class. But here's the best part about the movie: he never dropped a dime. He never dropped a dime on them fucking bullies. That was like the fucking coolest part. He never dropped a dime. So he get in trouble all the time, but he never dropped a dime. That's why. It was like, why were you?
He never snitched when they took his hat. He didn't snitch, and he wasn't a coward because he's like, I'm going to that next soccer game, whatever you do. And if anybody doesn't know, whoever saw the movie, Clint Howard is the brother of Ron Howard.
Yeah, the little brother. Yeah, he's like the ultimate coolest B actor movie. He was also in Apollo 13, and he was Houston Control, one of the control guys.
Yeah,
he's in a lot of movies. He was even in Austin Powers movie for like he did cameos.
Whatever movie Ron Howard makes, he has a scene in it. He does a scene in every single Ron Howard movie.
Yeah, he's a cameo in every movie. Every movie's a cameo.
It's like
I like the guy. I like him as an actor.
He reminds me a lot of Bruce Campbell. You know, they're like they know their role. They know they're not like good-looking Hollywood people, so they know their role is going to be the background, kind of like Ron Howard. Ron Howard knew he's not a good-looking kid. I mean, in half the he might look like a nice preppy kid, but in life, Ron Howard knows he's ugly, losing his hair, so he learned how to be a director.
Yeah,
It is smart for knowing the fact that he ain't going to make it as a regular actor. He just knows.
Yeah.
The only movie that he did good in was that George Lucas American Graffiti.
Yeah, he was great in American Graffiti. Yeah, they all played they were just ugly act. They knew they were going to be ugly. How brilliant is that? I know I'm not going to be a good looking man, so I might as well get on top of everything and be a director, be in charge of all the pretty people. So they were in charge of the pretty people.
Well, if a lot of people have never seen this, I got the trailer here. And like I said, I dropped the trailer on my other channel. It's just a regular copyright where they get the money for commercials, which I don't care. I don't make money off of this anyway. So
you're saying this one.
You know, so I'm good here. So hold on. Let me get it up. Let me see if I can see it here because I got to jump screens. Make sure. Okay, there it is. Okay, guys, this is the original trailer.
Everyone's known a boy like Stanley Coopersmith. He's the kid everyone used to pick on.
Screwed up for the last time, Cooper Dick.
Cooper Dick, yep.
You see, everyone thought Stanley was a joke. An outcast with no one to turn to.
You guys broke my character. You're going to pay for that.
No one except man's most advanced machine. Stanley used the power of mind to call on the powers of evil.
I, Stanley Coopersmith, command you! Oh my God.
And all hell broke loose.
Killed by this. Yeah.
Now, hold on.
You these creatures with your strength and force.
This is 81.
Evilspeak.
Yeah.
Remember that little kid you used to pick on? Well, he's a big boy now.
But the thing is, I mean, they just didn't pick on him. I mean, I know.
Yeah.
First of all, that's 1981, and some of the graphics they're showing came from his computer, and that's where I'm going to relate it to the Matrix in a little bit. But before we get to the Matrix side of it, you know, is he evil for killing these people? You got to understand, these kids, they took his dog, right? Kind of like a John Wick, right? Everybody felt like John Wick had to get revenge because they killed his dog. They killed a puppy because of who he is. I mean, they killed his puppy. I mean, they all asked for it, you know. And now, if you remember, also in the movie, there was a secretary who stole this book.
Oh, yeah.
Even his secretary was evil because he went back to ask for the book, and even the secretary kind of looked at him because I was watching her face expression like, "Get out of here,
a lot of things.
dirt bag, and then she took the book, and then of course all the pigs came out and ate her. But I mean, I'm not saying everybody deserved to die, but in a lot of ways, you know what? You know what? Before I get into the Matrix side, I have a theory. Okay.
Yes.
I want to give you my theory, and then I'll tell you why I think this movie is more Matrix than the Matrix itself. This is my theory. Now, Bob, do you remember at the end of the movie, at the end of it, the church actually shows a light that came in. Okay. This is just a theory, and I'm not saying people, if you believe in God or the devil, but watching this movie, I don't feel it was the devil that really did this. Because for one thing, because I think it was God who pretended to be the devil. Because first of all, I'm just asking this, if you're the devil, right, and you want bad people on this planet to do destruction to this planet, why would you kill your own people? Your own, the sex offender coach who knows a child molester, and the son of the governor, they're all going to be crooks. They're all going to abuse and use evil. So why would the devil kill these people? I think, my opinion, just a theory, they never said this in the movie, that God pretended to be the demon and devil and had these people killed. And that's why at the end of that movie, you saw the light that came into the church saying, everything's better now. It's better because you got rid of the garbage on this planet. That's just a theory. I'm not saying.
Yeah, well, the movie. Yeah, well, there was that light at bright white. The light shined through into the church at the end. Now, let's remember this. After the deed was done, the homie, the protagonist, actually goes into a mentalist. Well, they say in the word. He went to Cooper. Was it Cooper? What's his name again? What was this? What's the bad guy? Or the kid? What's the kid's name again? Anyway, he goes to the mental institution. So you gotta remember, he went to the. So I mean, all the deeds were done to get rid of the yuppie larva that would have probably done worse out in the real world as adults than they would there. So they were all eliminated by whatever means of dark magic. But he himself went to the mental institution. So everybody kind of got wiped clean after this one. But Eric, I like the pigs. I love the pig. Everyone says, well, how does this dude kill? Well, with the pigs. The pigs. And then they show, okay, here we go. This is a movie. Let's stress this, number one. This is not real life. This is just a movie.
Yeah, it's just a movie.
It has a TNA scene. Let's call it Tits and TNA. We're adult site. But anyway, TNA, the secretary, which goes to take a shower, and you've got full frontal and full whatevers, but not the full front. But anyway, you got your TNA, and then she gets attacked by these big ass pigs, and they're eating her in the bathtub. Man, I'm like, oh shit! This is they got the old 1981. There's no CGI like the fakes, fake eatings of the blood and everything. I'm like, wow, man. And at the end, they're attacked by pigs. I love the pig concept. That's the killing tool in the movie. Yeah. He had a sword. We killed maybe one person with a sword, but other than that, the pigs took over.
And one of the reasons why I think it was God and Jesus, or however you want to call it, because God and Jesus are supposed to be powerful where you can't touch their statue, right? One of the statues, things popped out and shot at a kid. And that's why I'm saying that I think God disguised himself in a lot of different ways, shows himself differently. Because like I said, why would the devil kill his own people that would worship him and be evil like him?
But here's and remember, Eric, in the part now, a lot of people are like, well, okay, so Jesus, he's on the cross, and one of the nails comes up and kills the priest. Now, everyone's thinking, well, the priest, why would they kill the priest? Because the priest is he's actually a priest. But what they're not telling you in the movie, you've got to use your imagination. Eric, remember that scene where you had the colonel walking with her when she's the wife of the governor?
Yes, yeah.
And she introduces her to the priest, and he kind of hands her off to the priest, and the priest says, well, let me show you the chapel. and kind of gives her a brief history of what's going on in the chapter. And the original monk that was there was a heretic killed for worshiping Satan or whatever in the place. But, technically, she's got her arm wrapped around his, and he is walking her in there. Now, they're not going to tell you, but I have assumed that maybe he was shagging her.
Oh, the priest is evil.
He was evil. Yeah.
He's evil. I mean, he shitted on these kids. The only reason that that's somebody into their school in the first place is to get government funds.
Yeah.
Because if you help out what they call the poor, the less people in the world, the unordinary people, you'll get funds from the government.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're right. I was thinking the same thing. They have an affair, but the movie in 1981 didn't want to show that because then everybody would have a outrage, because the church and stuff was very strong, strong in the early 80s.
Yeah.
But they put it where you knew something was going on.
You kind of knew it because the colonel had a smirk on his face, like,
let me show you.
He knows he's going to lay some pipe with the governor's wife, which is going to guarantee a big chunk of change for the school.
Yep.
Kind of how that worked out.
Because that's why he wanted to escort her, because he wants the governor's money and support to get more money. So since the governor is probably laying his pipe with people out there, she's gonna get her pipe laid. And now for her, she gets her pipe laid by a priest. She thinks she's closer to God, so she thinks she's doing something good. That's why I'm saying that in this movie, my theory is it was God who did this.
Yeah, I had to watch it close because you've said this to me before, and I'm like, nah, I don't know about that, dude. It's obviously I can't see something like. But because I always said because the priest, why would God kill a priest? But now after I watched it, and like you said, in the 80s, they're not going to show that part. They leave that for your imagination. And once you put it together, oh shit, he is laying pipe with that freaking. Oh, but they don't say it, but you know it because of the smirk, and then him being, kind of a typical. I'm not putting down the priesthood people, but let's just face it. There's in this place, in this time, for some reason, they seem to do things that are not normal, not natural, and just I don't know. It's just I don't know. I'm not gonna go into details about that, but I'm assuming he was laying the pipe with that woman, with that wife of someone else. And so when the nail came out and hit him in the head, it made sense to me.
Yeah, because you're not even God or Jesus will let the devil, shoot that at somebody.
Yeah, in the movie. Remember, everybody, please understand this is a movie review. This is strictly in the movie, so we're not talking about real life. Okay,
because now we're gonna get not a little crazy, but But in the word matrix, artificial intelligence that we've been talking about lately, we all learned that even if the matrix is real or not, if it is real, it is controlled by an artificial intelligence computer, which needs input information from people. Okay, now this scene here that I'm showing is not really a scene of the movie. It's a scene of all the stuff he does on the computer that he's typing into the AI, to help him to resolve his issues. Okay, so let's hear.
Yeah.
So don't expect to see killing, none of that. This is just, like I said, this is just computer stuff here. Oh, I love that music. Translation completed. I, Esteban, have signed the book of the death. See? They think.
Love that old. Look at that old.
I know. His magic is mine forever. I will return no matter what they do. I will return.
Yes.
Now, first of all, hold on. People got to remember, this is 1981. A computer was not in everybody's household. Not even.
No.
Nobody could even really have a computer. Only reason this kid had a computer, he stole it from one of the classrooms because it's a rich school. It's for rich kids. So that's why rich people always had an advantage over everybody because they had the best equipment at the time.
What was the computer? Was it a Commodore, wasn't it?
I think it was a Apple.
Was it Apple? Oh, it was original Apples. Okay, yeah, I think it was. It was the platform one, the original Apples.
Yeah.
With the floppy disk. I remember floppy disk, man. I remember we had the code.
Yeah, floppy disk got more popular, especially when you saw the movie War Games. That was in 1983, where you saw big-ass floppy disk. Now, recognize reference books on the coast. So basically, guys, what he's doing is when he finds a book that's considered the black book of the devil, he's typing the information from the book into the computer, which to me is why I'm relating this to the Matrix.
Yeah.
Because what kid, even now with computers, what kid takes a Bible or the Black Bible and types it all into a computer? But here we go. What are the keys to the kingdom of Satan's magic? Look, does not compute. What elements do I need for a black mass? So he's basically looking for answers through a computer.
Yeah.
By the dreadful day of judgment, by the fire which is about to throb, I conjure and command thee, O Prince of Darkness, in the name of him who spake, and it was done. Appear forthwith.
Blood concentrated. Oh.
Now, see, that's why I'm saying, what computer Bob, you put in all the information and it's going to tell you to do something. I know Alexa will, but
Alexa will.
So if he's putting this in the computer, it has to be connected to some kind of early artificial intelligence or a matrix. This is where I'm telling people, this is where how it's kind of connected to a matrix world. Here we go. And look, first of all, guys, I want everybody to watch War Games. That's like 1983. This is 81. These graphics were not on computers in 1981 like it is in 80. I know it's a movie. That's why I'm saying I think this is really more Matrix than the movie The Matrix with Keanu Reeves. Here we go.
This is advanced.
Look at the colors. Dude, there weren't no colors on 80 computers in 81.
No, it was black and white.
Look at that. Bob, do you remember any graphics like this in the work?
No. I remember Zelda. I remember Oregon Trail. Just the basics, man. There was nothing like this with color and anything. No.
Yeah, I think people kind of miss all this, because when you bought your first computer, you couldn't do this. There we go.
This is advanced, man. This thing is possessed by the devil. That's why.
The devil or the Matrix.
Matrix is the devil. Who knows what the Matrix is?
Yeah. And the Matrix could have made up the devil on purpose to get rid of these people for you. Look at that.
Wow.
Computers don't do that in 81.
Whew, man. That's some serious coding. That's some hell of a coding.
Exactly.
I bet you that was Elon Musk when he was a kid. I bet you that's what happened to Elon Musk. I bet he was just thinking.
Look at that. No way you could do that in 81.
Look at the breasticles come through there. Oh yes, breasticle shot. The guys, we're family friendly. I had to bring that out. Oh man. Woo, that's some advanced computerisms.
Yes, this is exactly why I wanted to. I will
return.
Even that sound, because remember, in War Games, at the time, computers don't make a sound unless you hook up a big speaker, and he had no speaker down there.
He had to use phone. He had to use a landline phone dial-up. So it's to be phone dial-up. I don't know what he's dialing up though.
Yeah.
Who's he calling with the
1981? Yes, was more like Pong. Yes, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I'm saying you could go into this movie two different ways. You could go into this movie thinking of a revenge being picked on, or you're going to this movie where he's using the Matrix, the artificial intelligence, to help him get rid of these people because he's typing in information that you would do now. The video we saw yesterday about what is artificial intelligence. It's what you tell it.
Yeah. So yeah, you gotta have to, give it. But it's amazing for 1981. This is a horror movie in 1981. Be patient with the movie. It's free on YouTube. You guys probably all watched it. I don't know if you guys watched it, but it's gonna be kind of building up to the end, and then the orgasmic slaughtering is ritualistic slaughter is at the end. So
yeah, this is true.
We would input code for days to play 5. Yes, I remember.
When I was in junior high,
I remember
in 86 or 87, we're in junior high where they taught us how to use code, and the main thing we made with the code was just I made two little tanks. Boom. It's over. And you made a whole screen. Not like what you saw there in 1981.
02.
Now another movie that did almost advanced computering like that, where you put in information like that, was the 1986 Weird Science.
Yes.
Again, Weird Science was 1986. This was 1981. There is a big difference between 81 computers to 86. I mean, gigantic differences.
Yeah. Hours of coding, hours and hours of coding. One mistake, man. What the fuck? Back to 04.
Yeah. So what I was trying to say is I know some people don't care for movies. Like the Nayekas, I saw your comment. That's an awesome comment that you don't care for like a lot of movies. But if you take this movie and it uses this movie as dissecting the early days of inputting into the artificial intelligence, and you take the God and devil out of it, it is really, in my opinion, one of the most Matrix movies, kind of like Tron. Like
many of us, and I'm not considering myself a truther, I'm a debunker. So, but many people in the truther community, well, not many, some very small few. We've noticed that these early movies are there are a lot of truth drops. They had snuck them in. Now the early nostalgic ones, not the newer ones too. Oh, they're pretty obvious. Tom Hanks. Anyway, but the early ones have a lot of little Easter eggs of information. Now I'm talking about decoding. It's the same as the Bible that wrote way back then. They didn't have movies. They didn't have, but they had stories. And the stories themselves in those books have codes in them. So these movies are the modern day literature without having to write shit down. There are codes in there, and you've got to go back and look at these things. There's some of us doing this now, and we're finding them.
Yeah.
We're finding them. They're put in there for you to look for.
Yeah.
And to look at them objectively. Remember that. Movies only. They're not real.
Yeah, and just don't look at a movie where it's about evil, Satanists, and God and stuff. Think about how this movie's beyond just about Satan and God. It's really about the rich thinking they're better than you. And they all treat you like crap. Even the teachers, even the priest. The priest who you're supposed to trust. The priest who's supposed to serve God and bring love. And I know it's a movie, but this stuff that happens in this movie, beyond the Bible fighting the demons killing everybody, happens
and the pigs
till this day. Democrats, Republicans, doesn't matter what party you belong to, the governors, the senators of these people, this is what their kids like. Bob, I know this is a far stretch. This is a far stretch. One time, this is a far stretch, I know. But there was a time that my wife was watching TV and she was watching an episode of the Kardashians. Okay. Hold on. Let me clear this up. She was watching it, and I wasn't watching it, but they were during an episode about homeless, right? Homeless people living in the street, right? Here's the Kardashians going into talking with some city council, like, I didn't realize how bad the homeless is. We really have that much homeless. Okay, and now homeless, and they decide how they're going to help is donate money. Now, the reason I brought that up is I believe them where they say they don't know how bad homeless is because they're rich. They don't give a shit. So they did an episode to look like they care. They care about the homeless. They care about the poor. And they're asking people to donate money for this. Now, first of all their money that the Kardashians people get is from us. Not from me, but from people who watch their shows, buy their products. They don't need to give out any more money. You should be giving out all that money that people give you garbage, trash people about the homeless. Bob, they don't give a shit about homeless. Like this, what I'm saying, it represents this movie because back then they didn't give a shit about poor people.
Yeah.
Dude, even our school, they treated you like shit, threw you out of school, not just because you played some Dungeons and Dragons game, because you didn't tribute nothing to the school. Our dad could never give money in tribute to the school. So instead of having parents that can give money, let's get rid of you and only have the people that will give back money to the school. It shouldn't be that.
The teachers.
It is. It really is. And this movie represents that.
Yeah.
To that point of view, this movie is really an excellent documentary of what it is now.
Yeah. It kicked me out of school. It kicked me out of high school. And then they gave me an intelligence test to see how I would do on a GED or equivalency. I fucking excelled it. They're like, I had a counselor who says, well, according to our papers, you're pretty fucking smart. And I'm like, yeah. But you don't look it. Nope. I don't put it in people's faces. I don't fucking care. I don't like anybody. I don't like the fucking teachers. They're idiots. I don't like the students because they just follow whatever next trend comes around. They look like zombies behind the next person. I just couldn't stand fucking like this bullshit people. I hated yuppies. I hated them. I hated preppies. I hated the cool crowd. I played football, Eric. You played basketball. I enjoyed tackling
and cross country.
I used to get into I used to do a thing with a football helmet where you want to get a streak on it. So they have a different colored helmet. So I always wanted all the different colored streaks on my helmet. So I'd fucking take them out head first.
You said something that is true that could be related. I want everybody to hear this. What Bob just said about like sports, and this is a good example. When Bob in the early of the episode said, I used to be picked on. Yeah. And he's absolutely right. And I want people in the chat to hear this. The day that I stopped getting picked on was the day that they saw that I can excel in sports.
In sports.
Okay? Now, I want you guys to hear that. I wasn't just a third string player. I was a team captain, first all around. If you could give something back to the school, that's when they leave you alone. Yeah. I hate to say it. I witnessed it because I was part of that. I'm not saying I'm proud of it or not, but for me to make it through school, not to get thrown out like Bob did, it's like, I hate to say it, you had to play the game. I'm not saying I'm proud of it, but it's true. But you don't realize this when you're doing it until later, like, oh my God, they did stop picking on me because I was a first string good player. Remember the movie Teen Wolf? When he was asking the coach like advice in life, and the coach was like, when he was telling a story about this other kid, and then Michael J. Fox goes, well, what about the other kid? I don't know. He's a third string player. I didn't need him. I mean, that's so true in life that even though it sounds funny, that's what life is. If you contribute, don't leave you alone. But if you can't tribute, you're out.
You're out. I lit up a cigarette in class. I knew I was going to be kicked out of it. I lit up a cigarette in class and smoked it in class. All the students turned around at me and like, what are you doing? I'm smoking a cigarette. What the fuck are you doing? I'm enjoying the class. This teacher says, get out of the class. I said, I'm not done with my cigarette.
This is it. That's the scene picture right here that we're talking about. Right. Hold on. Let me go back to it. That we were talking about where this coach is like a Donald Trump. Look at him. He's fat as Donald Trump. He's ugly as Donald Trump. And he's using, because these kids were still in school. So I guarantee some of these kids weren't even 18, and they were exploiting these girls to a bunch of rich kids.
Yeah, they had them lined up. Now, again, we're not advocating one president over the other.
No.
I'm sure if you want to reverse it, he looks just like fucking Biden, but the only difference is all the girls would be wearing masks, and they'd be different nationalities other than white. So that's the only difference between Biden and Trump. Now, Trump's a white guy, so he's going to be up there without a mask, and all the girls are not going to have a mask, and they're blonde. So, what's the difference between the two? They're both the same, man. Same fucking system. They sleep in the same ass bed. They're best friends at the end of the day. So they're all inside the guild system together. What's up, Freeman? Give me the coin. Give me the coin handshake.
It could be either one of these two guys that's on that stage doing that, because they're both exploit women.
Both, yes, hands fucking down, man. They're both racist. They both exploit. They don't matter. They're rich. They're above it. They're way above everybody else. So you don't care. They're gonna be in office. They're gonna be in charge, and we're gonna have the same bullshit because nobody will fucking step up and do the right thing. Who cares anymore?
Yep. We might be black and white or older than your grandparents, but we can still take your women.
Yeah, right. They can do anything they want.
Yeah.
Shit.
Look, they're even trying to get Laverne and Shirley, even during those days.
Absolutely, they did. Oh yeah, yeah. Now we're not going into the but this movie does have a lot of political stuff to it.
It does. Once you saw that scene where the main star of the evil bastard kid, dad's a governor, so
yes,
it was brought up that the school gets its money from high-end people, and they treat the poor like shit.
Yeah, and don't forget, everybody, I always put this out there, that Eric here is running for president. He actually filled out the paperwork. I always bring this up. He filled out the paperwork, submitted it in, and Eric is legally running for presidente of the United States of America. Eric, like right here, this guy sitting next to me. If you write in Eric Eugene Wood in your election ballot, it goes for a vote for Eric. So make sure that the Russians get this for the hackers. If you're Nigerian, if you're a hacker, anybody hackers in the world, make sure Eric makes it for president. I always put this out there. Yeah. Again, everything we say is for entertainment. However,
some people came in late to this episode, and I really do, guys. Zulu Flatcard Music, I do recommend you guys to watch this from the beginning, because we broke it down in two different ways. We broke this down on how it is being a kid being picked on by people with money and power, and we broke it down how you could say this is one of the most realistic Matrix movies you ever saw.
Yeah, I don't recommend worshiping no fucking whatever dark entity, but you can still get yours in the end. You can get your revenge.
I know you're right, but you can also say the only reason he did this is because these people broke him. He had no choice. I mean, first of all, they killed his dog, and they were. Yeah. I mean, oh look, there's even a picture of Trick or Treat. See, it is related. It's a lot. Exactly. A lot of relations. Yeah. So it's more than about the devil and God. It's more about he had no choice, to the point where they might have killed him, where he had to go somewhere that to protect him. And the only person that treated him good, you said this earlier in the video, the only person who treated Cooper Dick normal was another poor cook, not a rich guy,
and another
African American part in the movie. Yeah,
it was. It's just right there in your face. Now, I don't recommend you guys summoning no devil and then flying in the air and then having pigs eat people. Now, that's okay if that's your thing. But if you want to do simple revenge things, there's so much easier things, like you can put dog shit underneath their car handle, or You could take if you guys get sardines with it's got to be oil with olive oil. Get the sardine can with olive oil, and you can pour it into their heating, the top of their hood of their car. You've got their heating ventilation system where it brings in air. You can pour all that oil into that, which means the inside of their car is going to smell like sardines for a very long time. There's things you guys can do for revenge that's a lot easier than sending in a large amount of pigs to eat people. But
I would vote. I would vote for this guy for president.
I would too. I would.
Now, guys, when anybody can register to run for president. It's only a form. But now to have your name on the ballot, now this is the kicker that I couldn't do. You could run for president, but to have your name on the ballot, you got to have like over 1 million signatures to be able to get your name on the ballot. That's why you only see like mostly parties, third parties, Green Party, whatever. Because I can't get 1 million fucking signatures unless I had like 1 million subscribers on YouTube, but I don't have 1 million subscribers.
Well, I think you're gonna win. I have a good. Hopefully, I think you're gonna. Because if Eric wins the presidency, guys, I'm gonna be vice president. I've already announced. Eric announced it for me.
Vote for me, you have to type in my full name. You just can't put in initial. You have to type in this. I'll put it in here. This is
You're being serious, man. If you guys really vote,
guys, I really signed up to run for president. So technically, if you vote and write this whole name in, it will count to me. Idiot. Woo! Damn straight we're fucking idiots.
Better, more than idiots, man. Shit, I begged your mom last night. That makes me a big idiot. I begged your mom last night.
Who's the real idiots? It's people who constantly keep saying that, well, we need someone who's actually going to win. Okay, every 4 years they say that. Every 4 years you hear this is the most important election of our lifetime. Every 4 years. I don't care if it's Trump or not. Every 4 years you hear this. If we keep that mind frame, then we're the idiots for keep voting in. Because I hear, well, I know Joe Biden did this to women, but he's still lesser than the two evils. Yeah. Really? That's your answer?
And they're idiots. They're absolutely like what he said. They're complete idiots.
You have listen. Is it a sacrifice that Donald Trump might win another 4 years? But you got to start making the trend to start voting for outside the two parties. Until you do, guys, I'm telling you, nothing's ever going to change. In this movie, Evilspeak, this kind of shit's always going to happen. See this poor kid getting a metal dart thrown at? The only reason that it hit him because he had his book. That shit will never going to stop because we're always going to have a two-party system that runs everything that's more richer than you, and they act like they're your friends. They're going to treat you like shit. They're going to want you to pay more taxes, just like the Kardashians when they're like, oh, there's actually poor people living in the streets. I didn't realize that. Let's all raise money together. No, don't ask us for more money. You got your money off the poor people. Donate your own fucking money.
Yeah.
They get their money from the poor people, and then to help a good cause that they now believe in, they want money from you to help them out. Fuck you.
Yeah. They're going to feel bad karma. A lot of bad people are going to get a lot of bad karma coming up. In fact, they already have.
Actually,
a lot of bad people are getting bad karma.
I'm not getting into political God stuff. Trump doesn't give a shit about God. I'm telling you right now, he's a fake. He's a poser like everybody else.
He's an actor.
Money. Dude, Donald Trump used to be a Democrat.
He's switched over. They're all in the same party system.
Yes. Dude, Sanders, who Sanders I didn't mind because Sanders is actually an independent. The only reason he tried to run under a Democrat party because that's the only way he could get votes. That's pretty sad.
Yeah, he's an atheist, so I can give a shit about him. I just think that, let it all happen. I'm hoping for a great flood that's going to just clean everything away and we'll start from scratch again for the reset. But then again, I don't know anything. I'm mentally ill. So don't take anything I say seriously. We're only for entertainment. But I do mean that you guys need to vote for Eric. Because if you guys don't vote for Eric, this is what's going to happen. Cooper right here, Eric's going to call pigs on all the bad people. It's going to be floating in the air with a sword and fire and stuff. It's going to be bad.
Right here. I'm gonna be this guy right here.
Yes, that's what happens to you when you get really upset.
Well, look at it this way. People always say if you don't vote, you can't say anything because you didn't make a difference. At least you can say I voted, but you voted for me. That's your vote. It doesn't have to be with a two-party system, guys. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't.
Yeah, I'm gonna be vice president, man. That's gonna be the best thing about it. I'm gonna be like badass. I'm gonna be out fucking around having a great time.
Oh, the flood is coming, brother.
Yeah, it's coming. All right, it's gonna be big too. I've already dreamt it. It's gonna be fucking pretty nasty. So I hope you guys swim. I'm a second class swimmer qual, so I'll be fine. I'll try to save as many as I can. I might choose a dog over somebody else in the water. Oh, I'm going for the dog. I'm sorry. Keep swimming.
And you can watch the movie for free. And you can watch the movie for free.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, it's a fantastic movie. We highly recommend it for a lot of you guys to watch. Again, I keep stressing you got to have to stick up to the whole movie. It's just him getting beat up the entire movie with exception of the end, and then it's just gone all insane crazy. It just comes right out at you. So excellent horror movie, entertainment only. So,
and,
it is what it is.
You could actually say in this movie, the innocent didn't die in this movie. All the bad people that are in this movie that in their life they're going to be bad to other people are the ones who die. And that's why I was saying that I really believe that the killing is done in this movie. It was not from the devil. It was actually God himself.
Yeah.
Because God knew these people need to get stopped, and God does miracles in different ways. So in a lot of ways, you can say it was a miracle because I'm serious. The people who died in this movie were pedophiles. They were people who abused power, who, remember, in the 10 Commandments says you should not have sexual affairs outside your thing. The priest did with the governor's wife.
Well, you don't know that. You have to guess that when you watch it. I'm like, I can tell the way they did it.
But it did.
Yeah, yeah. I just like how Jesus, the statue, killed the priest. I was like, oh man, this is crazy. What the hell? He shot a nail into his head. I can always imagine like a comic book. I'm strictly guys fantasy stuff, and there's no disrespect to any religion. I always like to see like a comic book of Jesus coming back and saying 13 silver coins, motherfucker. Boom, and just like taking out bad guys, just like running around like a gunslinger. 13 coins, motherfucker. Remember when you fucking turned me in? Bah, 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 bah. Boom, this is taking people out, man. Just like revenge. Like I could just see that'd be a badass movie.
Now, is the people in the chat ready to hear what the movie is for Thursday?
Ooh, I don't even know.
Not even Bob knows.
I don't even know. What I gotta download it. So what is it?
We're actually going to take a different kind of approach, but the movie does deal with a werewolf. It does deal with werewolf and stuff. Might not exactly have killing in it, but it does deal with horror, right? A guy turned into a werewolf is horror. Is that correct, Bob? Can that be considered horror?
Is it Teen Wolf?
We're going to go Teen Wolf.
Figured that.
We're going to go Teen Wolf on Thursday.
Okay. I was hoping it'd be like The Howling or something really cool. No, I like Teen Wolf. I just watched it like about a week and a half ago. I was like, oh, man.
Well, you already watched it.
I like it.
It's perfect.
I don't have to watch it now.
I like to throw a little curveball where it doesn't exactly have to mean somebody actually has to die.
Yeah. This one he doesn't nobody. He throws people around a lot. He growls a lot. I wonder if he hikes his leg and pisses everywhere at the school. If I was if you were a werewolf, do you actually hike your leg and piss on areas in market territory? I don't know. Do you sniff a female's urine on the ground? Ew, old woman. Ugh. I don't know how to do it.
Right? You never know.
Yeah, you never know what a werewolf does. I'm an American werewolf in England right now. Yeah. I was on the moors. I was told to stay off the moors, but I went on the moors anyway, and shit happens, man. I was in a backpack, and a big ass wolf got me. Shit, I've been Fucked every sense. So I'm running around England as a werewolf at nighttime.
Hey,
Kinda
just
crazy.
running on the werewolf, you
Yeah.
know. So, so I hope people remember this movie here. You can watch it on YouTube. So this is not a movie you actually have to find and pay for it. You can actually just watch it on YouTube. You know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like I said, watch it as an experiment. Like watch it through an experiment of how society is as a documentary, or you can watch Evilspeak as a Matrix kind of movie. So that's why it's kind of a neat movie to watch it. If you have a perspective of how you watch Evilspeak, just don't watch it as a horror flick. Watch it as an experimental. And if you watch it through a different kind of eyes, you actually might have a different take from this movie.
Yeah, I take notes. I watch it, try to break things down.
I agree with you, man. It is a Michael J. Fox movie. This movie came out actually. Teen Wolf came out the same year as Back to the Future.
Yeah, that's crazy. He split two different, jobs. It's like two different things at the same time.
You guys did The Burning. You know what, Flat Accordion Music? I'll tell you what. The Burning will be next Tuesday.
The Burning. I can watch that one. I'll do that one. I've seen Teen Wolf too many times. I'll watch The Burning. Thank you for saying that. Give me something else to watch. No offense to Teen Wolf. I love Teen Wolf. I've watched it too many times. I'm going to watch The Burning. I can tell you all about Teen Wolf right now.
That'd be a good one for Tuesday to give people a chance to try to find it. I don't know if it's free on YouTube or not. I don't know what service it is, because I remember The Burning, but I don't remember it. So this is a good refresher.
Hell yes. Hell yes, man. This is it.
But
We're getting into fall, Eric. We're getting into fall, man. Pretty soon it's going to be a lot of horror movies. Getting closer to Halloween, which is like, yes. Yes, I love fall.
Oh, I love Halloween. And I want to save a lot of the hardcore Halloween kind of movies for the month of October in a way.
That would be fun.
That's where we could get into some really deep, horror kind of a movies. This is still September, and like I know some people are sending me emails saying, Eric, when are you going to do like Friday the 13th? I'm waiting for a week where a Friday the 13th is going to come on. So what I was thinking of, when there's actually a month when Friday the 13th is on a Friday, we'll kind of switch a normal show on Friday, bring it to Thursday, so we could do a horror talk on Friday the 13th, on Friday the 13th.
Oh, that'd be fun. That'd be fun.
You know what I mean?
But also, I want to do like an obscure horror movie, man. Like one, it's like it's in the fringes that nobody knows about. Like it's like the stuff. The one you talked about the color stuff.
Like that. Nobody's heard The Burning. I've heard of it.
Burning, yeah. That's another obscure one. I like that. Yeah.
He goes, it is free on YouTube. So The Burning is free on YouTube.
I'll watch it. I might watch it tonight.
That's perfect.
Perfect. I love horror movies, so I've been enjoying this show.
How about do this? Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do Teen Wolf and The Burning. We'll talk about both this Thursday.
Okay, we'll do a little bit of both. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we'll do a little bit of both. Why not? A Werewolf on Fire. So beyond that, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I don't have a link up for the show tomorrow yet, but I'll have it up. And that's it, everybody. Have a good day. See ya.